Spotify presents the ESPN Cricinfo playlist of the day as we're building up to the only game in IPL 2019, and that game is coming to you from the north of India, Murali, as it's Kings 11 Punjab taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders. Here are the 5 players that you should be having an eye on. Andre Russell for sure, Rahul for sure, Dinesh Karthik, captain of the Kolkata Knight Riders, Gayle for sure, and of course Nitish Rana, who's been doing some decent stuff, at least in the middle order for Kolkata. Guys, I've got Murali, Kartik, and of course Dan Vettori with us to talk about these 5 players. Kartik, I'll start with you. Andre Russell and his battle versus a certain Mohammad Shami, who's looked very good this IPL, but then you take a look at the strike rate, touching 300.
Touching 300, and Mohammad Shami would say, oh guys, don't forget that it was not my mistake when I got him out and there were only 3 people inside. I should have got him for naught and there would be nothing against me because this is a reverse fixture. But having said that, he's been so explosive and literally decimated attacks and possibly prime of his hitting ability at the way he's played in this IPL. So yeah, it'll be another interesting tussle because Shami also, in spite of everybody saying that he's had a better season, he's still going at around 10s and over. So against that man, it can turn into 20s and over.
For all you Punjab fans, we just hope that doesn't happen. Now, next player we're talking about, and the battle rather we're talking about, is Shami's teammate Rahul, who's got the one-up as far as his record is concerned versus Sunil Narain's strike rate of 231. Dan, he's just looked in very fine form, not just last season, but this season he's carried on.
I think he'd be one of the few people to have that sort of record against Narain, and that shows the class of KL. And it's been him at the top of the order that's given Kings 11 some stability and some explosiveness as well. I think he's picked his times really well when he wants to be destructive, and he's picked his times when he's need to settle in and try to build a score. So I think his play at the top of the order with Gayle, those two combined have been the real strength for Kings 11, and they're going to need them again tomorrow.
Next battle that we're talking about is captain taking on captain. This is Dinesh Karthik, and how his stands versus Ravichandran Ashwin in T20. Strike rate of 137. Not too much big hitting because Dinesh Karthik is involved, but very smart hitting whenever you talk about him.
Yeah, he's been in good form, and also you need to be, with all that's happening around the camp, he seemed a bit upset. He didn't smile too much in the last game.
You lose 6 in a row, I mean.
Not 6 in a row, and whatever is happening around, whatever he said in the post-match presentation, but coming back to Ashwin, you've played him so much in your state nets, India nets, you know a bit thing or two. Yeah, there'll also be that you don't want to give your own wicket away to somebody like Ravichandran Ashwin. I don't think 137 is a bad strike rate. I think it's a pretty good strike rate against someone like Ravichandran Ashwin. Also, I think dismissed once is what I saw.
Yes, dismissal once.
Yeah, so
13 innings, 1 dismissal.
That's a good record. That's a very good record.
Full thumbs up to Dinesh Karthik, captain of Kolkata Knight Riders. Next battle that we're looking at is Gayle taking on Piyush Chawla. This time the strike rate has also gone up from 130 to 181. Dan, it's strange because spinners have got the better of him this time in the IPL.
Normally the scariest thing in cricket is a left-arm spinner or a leg spinner bowling to Gayle. I know I've been on the receiving end of it a number of times. The last 3 balls I bowled to him went for 6. So I think he's that destructive player. And I think now at this stage of his career, even though he's had some dismissals against spin, he still sets himself up to take down spin. And so he'll look at those KKR bowlers, he'll look at Narain, which he knows so well, Chawla, and he'll think to himself, these are the guys that I can take on and I can attack. And I think we'll see him still be aggressive against the seam bowlers, but if he gets through those early stages and he has the ability to take on Chawla, then watch out, because he's got so much experience against him. He knows his game, he knows where he wants to hit him, he knows how Chawla's going to bowl to him, and he's going to adapt and try to dominate.
And finally, on our playlist, the final player we're talking about is Nitish Rana of Kolkata Knight Riders in the middle overs, over 7 to 15, strike rate of 144. We've talked about Russell, Lynn, Narain, there's Dinesh Karthik, but what sort of steel does he add to this batting lineup? I
think the initial success which they had, you owe it to him, the way he batted at number 3 and won a few games. It's a bit surprising that they decided to demote him in the order. And they were playing well at that point of time, Nitish Rana, but in spite of that, he's got good numbers. It's good to know that you've got somebody like him in your lineup, and he's a much improved player. A lot more maturity shown by him right through this IPL compared to last year.
Dan, Kartik, thank you so much for your time, guys. This was Spotify Presents ESPN Cricinfo Playlist of the Day.
धक धक